Answer questions now.
Hold on, wait for the mic.
Beatbox, Pete.
So Pete, how do you feel about that performance?
What can I say about it? I haven't got to see the fight. I seen the fight as a fighter perspective, right in the ring with another guy. I didn't get to go back and see what it looked like, from a fan standpoint. So, all around, I think it's probably a good fight. We're getting a lot of feedback and a positive feedback, regardless of what it is. Even with the draw, I'm not gonna be the type of fighter to come up here and tell y'all why I won, and that's not the kind of person I am.
Are you satisfied that it's a draw?
Man, this is how the story is written. I don't have no too much say into that. You know what I'm saying? I did what I had to do coming in here. I've trained for this fight. I prepared like a champion, and unfortunately, we got to walk and walk off with the draw.
Peter, did you think it was over in the first round when you had him down?
Man, I think all around, when you fought a guy like Hassan Nadam, and I thought that in that fight, I learned that it's not really like that. It's, these guys can get back off the canvas and fight even harder. So you got to give a guy that much respect that he's able to do that.
You wanted another shot at it, right?
Well, listen, like I said, man, this is what I do for my job. I train for anybody. I train to fight anybody. You know what I mean? Like, do I want to fight a rematch? Yeah. Let me tell me how much money's involved, and let's do it.
Are you going to be 160 next time?
Who knows, man? Like I said, this was a challenge towards my career. I never had nothing like this happen, and it's something I'm gonna have to learn to deal with.
Do you think you had too much respect for Andy Lee, and that maybe you went in there with some bad blood, things would have ended out differently?
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Always.
How much respect can you have for somebody that's punching you hard and trying to take you out of your win? If this is a line of respect you have to be a fighter, you got to give a guy enough respect where you be able to shake hands with him before the fight, throw punches to knock him out, and then if you don't, touch gloves after. So, that I don't know how to define respect when it comes to fighting.
Peter, would you say this was your hardest test so far in the ring?
Well, I've been out for 1 year, so I could say, yeah, this is the first time I was, fighting and became a father. I had a lot of, trial and error happened to my family. My uncle passed away with cancer. It was the hardest thing I ever had to deal with in my life, to see somebody fight for their life. And, I sucked it up. He died right when I was on my way to California. He passed away. It was 3 days before I left him, and he died 3 days after. And I couldn't go to his funeral.
Peter, how you doing? What happened to the jab? You didn't throw it enough during this fight. Do you feel that you should have thrown it more, used it more in your arsenal?
Can I tell you something? You can always throw more jabs. You can always throw more punches. When you fight in southpaw, it's kind of like a chess match. He had a longer reach than me, and it was something that you don't. He caught me coming in, doing exactly that. So if I was kept doing that and I got knocked out, and nobody was like, yo, man, maybe you shouldn't have been throwing so many jabs because they caught you. But like I said, the chemistry of the fight is how it panned out. Me and him had the opportunity to fight again. It might be different because we know each other now. We got history. So, but by all means, I give him enough respect.
Would you fight in Ireland?
We made a lot of money fighting in Brooklyn. This is a new arena. He came here with the belt to fight me here. No disrespect to Ireland. I think this is where it's at right now to come fight. We was on, nationwide TV, bro, for free. I might have little kids saying they could watch my fight. And I already had a kid tell me, I inspired her. I said, what, to be the champion? He said, no, man, you inspired me to be a doctor. You know what I'm saying? So great things get to happen when you get to fight on free TV like that.
Peter, would you say you were at 100% tonight?
100% tonight, I could say I definitely was. I put the work in. I was away from my family for more than 10 weeks. I was training hard. I did, 3 12-round fight, boxing, sparring matches, and 1 13-round. Like I said, you can always do more. This is something you got to go back and watch the fight and see what more you can do.
Kid Chocolate, you mentioned your last fight was a year ago in D.C. Did you feel any ring rust, and how did it feel to be back in the ring?
I felt more ring rust actually going into the gym and preparing for this fight because, your mind is the only thing that tells you what you're not able to do. But you got I try to back it up with facts and tell myself why myself is lying to me. And like I said, I was in there sparring with Hugo Centeno, Lennox Allen, Craig McEwen came and gave me some work. We had some other sparring partners. I was sparring 4 different guys, sometimes in the same day. So with that being said, it wasn't like I was getting knocked out, thrown around, and you know, there was tough sparring marches, and I definitely felt it. But it could be a lot of things. I'm getting 31 years old.
You won the fight, bro. You won the fight. I
Thank
felt
you.
that you landed. I felt that you landed the cleanest shots. I felt that you made the fight. I felt that Andy Lee fought to keep you off of him. At times he threw a little punches, but I felt that you pressed and fight. He fought to keep you off of him. You landed the cleanest shots, the more powerful shots. You showed in the beginning of the fight that you missed being the champion.
Oh man, I want to thank you so
You
much.
showed that you missed being the champion.
Thank you, Eric. I want to thank you. You look very nice with that jacket. Let me borrow it.
You know what I do. You know what I do. You know what I do.
Now, Pete, a couple of years ago, obviously, when you were first coming up, you wanted this fight with Andy Lee. You called him out a lot of times. You felt you were better then. Now that you've stepped into the ring, is there any difference, or do you feel that the performance that you had tonight has to do with the 1 year layoff and the fact that you've been inactive?
You want to know what I learned? I learned that I don't got to call people out. You know what I'm saying? You don't always get what you call out. The first time it didn't happen, and I just learned that we just got to be respectful and things will come the way it's supposed to. I took a year off, yes, and I still put up a good fight. You know, it was a draw, and that's something I'm going to have to live with. And I think all around, you know, it's going to teach me a lot of stuff about myself. And I think if you live your life like that, where you have to take everything that you do in life and learn from it, the only thing you can do is get better at life.
Well, my question was more like, when you guys were both coming up, you got common opponents, and you felt that you did better versus those common opponents, so you felt that you would, you know, do better.
Stop make fights. You know, you can prepare for one guy. I mean, we watching Mayweather fight Pacquiao, and we seen the 3 or 4 fights he had with Marquez, and you seen the one fight that Floyd had with Marquez. It was like something you can't even measure. But the fight with Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, it's still been built up because, you know, style make fights. So I think all around we can assume one thing, but we can get a different result.
At the weigh-in, they said you had 2 hours to make the weight. What efforts did you take to try and take that pound off?
Went to the gym, and I tried to run it off. I tried to do whatever it takes, put a sauna suit. I did whatever it takes to show people that I was willing to try, you know what I'm saying?
No laxative or nothing like that?
No, laxative. You know that's illegal?
Did not know that.
All right, now you know now. Laxative.
Hey, Pete.
You never fought for
I want to congratulate you on the performance. I think it was a tough fight. I noticed trying to make weight, the day of the weigh. But do you feel like Andy was the hardest puncher you ever hit? I know it was the first time you've been dropped, but you've been in some tough fights. Is he the hardest puncher you ever faced?
What can I say? All right, and when we fighting, you usually see me hit the guy with all the hard punches all the time. And then you see a guy hit me with like 1, 2 punches. You know, this was right on time. You know what I'm saying? This is a time punch. He hit me at the right time. I went down, I got back up, and it was a fight. You know what I'm saying? All around. You know, like I said, you can't have the perfect story. I can write it out. If I told you I had the ability to write the perfect story, you know what I would have did? I would have knocked him out as soon as I put him down. I would have went right outside, got my check, and then went home and spent time with my family. But that's not the way it goes.
No partying.
No party. Well, we're going to party. With the nice jacket.
Nice jacket. One note tonight.
Bottles
and girls.
Man, no, my wife here.
Well, I'll take it.
Welcome back.
Thank
Congratulations on the fight today.
Appreciate it.
The question that I have for you, he's got an awkward style. You can't prepare for an awkward style like that. How long did it take you to get an adjustment in there?
He knocked him down.
How many rounds did you take it took you?
Well, then I dropped him in the first round. Actually, like I said, this is not to be biased, not to be speaking too overconfident. You know, what's going to happen is you're going to get a guy. My whole math to win fights is to win 1 round at a time. We went in there and did something 1 round. The next round we try to come out there, and sometimes those things don't work. In the second round, in the third round, he might become a different guy. And in the 4th round, I might become a different guy. And that's the way a fight works. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I have to adjust in every round, and I try my best and try my hardest. You know what I mean? I'm not a machine that can throw 1,500 punches and not get tired. We got to be smart up in there.
Do you think that's what had a lot to do with you not being able to finish him off once you had him hurt at that point? You know, him getting different every the 3rd, 4th round or so forth?
Have you ever seen him fight before?
Yes.
Every guy that tried to go in and finish him off get knocked out. So, you know, I think smart. I think I had to be a dummy to go up in there. I got dropped because I was going in there, you know, not conscious of what he was able to do.
Champ, I saw you want to be back in the ring again. Would it be for another title shot?
What y'all think playing? Listen, you see that dude with the ugly hat on? Right there with the red little thing. My best friend moved here so we can take boxing serious. We're gonna be in the gym Monday. We're gonna be ready to go anytime this year. We're looking to fight 2 more times this year. I'm gonna dedicate this is my job. This is what I work everything for. You know what I mean? If I'm able to just go to the gym and work on my beach body if I want to, and just think about boxing, make boxing my life, this is how I earn my money, then it shouldn't be no problem. The only thing I would have to say is that I've been robbed of a lot of moments in boxing because some people robbed me of that. You know, like, I thought I can be everybody's friend. I thought I can make everybody happy, and I learned something that you cannot make everybody happy. And I told myself I would not be a slave towards anybody's opinion about me. So what we're gonna do is go in the gym, we're gonna snap a shot, we're gonna put it on Instagram, and then you're gonna see me in the gym every week. We're gonna be in him. Gonna hit Soul Cycle. We got these tight shirts, and we're gonna hit Soul Cycle and then shake and just be ready for anybody.
Champ, after do you feel if you had more time in that first round, you would have took him out there, and what changed after that first round that kind of changed the dynamic of the fight?
Well, he got back up. Like I said, I was being a conscious thinker in there that I was going in there. I could go up in there and do something that might have made a mistake, and he might have caught me because that's what he's known for. So all around. You know, we can always say we can use more time, we can use more jabs, we can use more right hands, we can use more defense. You know what I'm saying? We can use more rounds.
Peter, at the end of
Peter, talk about that third round actually, which was very interesting. 2 of the judges had it 10-8 for you. Another judge had it 10-9 for you. That pretty much made a difference in the decision. Talk about what did you think of that discrepancy?
Well, the judges are the judges. That's what they get paid to do. I would never be disrespectful for what people see. You know, it's going to be up to the public and what they decide what this fight was. And when I go back and watch the fight, I'm gonna try my hardest just to, take the straw and just walk away with it and move on and leave it there. You know what I mean? It's like, I could be a sore loser about it, but that's not the kind of person I am. I'm just going to look to get better.
Peter, congratulations on a great fight.
Thank you.
Just a quick question about footwork. It seemed like both you and Andy may have been stepping on each other's feet throughout the fight. Can you discuss that for a moment?
Yeah, that's the art of fighting southpaw, and I'm being righty. You kind of battling for that ground. I try to keep my foot outside of his right foot, and he's trying to keep his foot outside my left foot. And we do that all night, and sometimes they come, either you're going to step on his foot or you're going to get a headbutt. That's what happened today.
Also, are you going to be watching the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight? What are your thoughts on that fight?
Usually, I usually get tickets to go, and I'm going to see if I can go. I just didn't want to ask for them before this fight because I thought, should I be worried about somebody else fight before my own? Now I think I have the place to either buy my own tickets or, which I'm not going to be paying a lot of money for no tickets. We rather just rent a big mansion in Vegas and y'all all invited if y'all want to come and watch it. I won't charge y'all anything. We're going to have free chicken.
Don't be making fun. What's the address?
All right, we'll let you know when we get there. Well, wherever you smell chicken, that's where you know you My wife want to go. She never really go to boxing matches. That's my wife right here. My wife works for the Today Show on NBC, so she worked for this network that we fighting on. And I'm very thankful to have her. I've been very inspired to be the man of her dreams. She gave me the best gift that somebody can ever give me, which is my little kid. She hugged my son to the point where I remember growing up that I never received hugs from my own mother. And I realized something that it was never about me in the first place. And I called her and apologized because, what's love when a person never showed that themselves. So I apologize to my mom for having this chip on my shoulder about her, and I'm just very thankful for life. That's why when y'all see me and y'all hear me talk, I give y'all my heart because my mom said, you give people your heart, you can never let people down.
How has fatherhood changed you?
Well, it made me change it. Because I see my son with some Jordans. It made me want to go home and sell all my Jordans. I want to look like my son. It inspired me that not only that, I'm setting up a retirement plan for myself. I'm buying a lot of property in my hometown of Grand Rapids, Michigan, because trying to buy property in New York, you can go broke. I'm inspired to be the businessman, so y'all can look at me and see I'm something more than just in the fighter. I did a movie with Miles Taylor. Y'all look out for that. It's called Bleed for This. Thank y'all so much. I just want to show y'all that in the ring I'm gonna fight hard, and outside the ring I'm gonna fight just as hard to be what I want to be in life.
Thank you.
That's it?
Any other questions? All right.
All right, I wanted to say this. I want to thank y'all so much for being part of this great part of my story. I'm very thankful. If anybody up in here ever struggle with cancer or have a family member with cancer, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna pray in private to you guys and for your family, because it was like a very hard thing for me to go through to see my uncle pass away with cancer. I dedicated this fight to him. I'm very happy with this fight because, you know, I saw him fighting for his life and he didn't make it. And I prepared for this fight like I was preparing for my life. Thank you so much.
True champion.
Thank you.